It is 12 o'clock, and I believe we had a 12 o'clock appointment. For those of you old boulders that remember that. Thanks for being here, y'all. It is a little odd because like first team meeting happened so early in the month. It's only the 15th and we're having the second team meeting of the month. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you all. And it's the year is rapidly winding down. A little wild to think about, isn't it? I mean, how many days do we have left to put a deal under contract? Majority of deals under contract to close this year. How many days we have left, Malia and Kyle? To be able to,
October?
yeah,
Give me about 15 days to the end of the year, we can get it closed.
okay. So they're telling you 15 days. Yeah, is every situation gonna do that? No. And holidays and travel and people being out, when does a deal need to really be under contract by to make sure we can get it closed this year? I'm hearing November 1st. November 15th, maybe the 23rd, right before Thanksgiving. With all the holidays, right? Like, so we only have like 5 weeks left, 6 weeks left. So but deals under contract to make sure we hit those goals for 2024. We'll talk a little bit more about goals today. We'll do that for sure. We're gonna roll through the MVVB for today. And we're gonna go right into bucket fills. Because I think we just need to camp out there for a minute. Let's give some bucket fills. Let's give some gratitude. Let's drive some energy in the space. You all feel a little quiet. Your energy feels a little down today. There it is. Sandy Sparks is in the house. So she's got enough energy, I think, for most of us. And yet, let's match some of that energy. Think of what we would do at Alamance County and beyond if we all had that.
We let.
That's right, Jamie.
Bucket fill Cindy and Pete and Jim today for a home tour. It's
Awesome.
just nice that they take their time to show us that and like pour their expertise into us. That was great.
Awesome. Thank you. Mandolin.
I want to bucket fill Rivers for all of the awesome help during Bold. She was super instrumental and I saw you running around the entire time, doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes that people didn't see. And was super proud of their growth this year.
Yes. Both to get in April. Come see me then too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that today too. Cindy.
I was just gonna bucket fill. Thank you, Rivers, for helping with the mentor sheets with the new Google form that all of us old geezers like trying to figure it out, but we're working on it. But it was good. I mean, we had 4 good houses and
Good.
gave feedback, and that's what Home Tower's for, to give feedback.
Good. All right, Rivers.
Want to bucket fill everyone that came to book club and everyone that.
Oh, I like that. Everyone that came and everybody that's going to come to book club. We'll talk about book club today too. All right. Any other bucket fills?
Well, I'm never here, but I'm back. I'm back for good. I'm so excited. I'm Sandy. I don't know most of y'all, but I'm gonna know you now. I want to bucket fill Kimberly. We had a wonderful transaction together, and we all know if the other agent on the other side is calm and wonderful and has strong integrity, the deal is going to go so well. So kudos, thank you. I want to bucket fill Josh. Thank you for taking this job. You
Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh is making things happen. Like, he also, if you need any plumbing work, he and Robbie are available for hire. We'll talk about dollar per hour exercise later. And yeah, the sink's working again. So, all right. Any other bucket fills before we move on? We'll come back to that. All right. Let's recognize some people. Christy May was the number 10 individual agent. I don't think she's in the room, so everybody take out your phone, and if you don't have her number,
He does. 9 listings and 2.6.
9 listings, 2.6 million. So everybody pull out your phone. And if you don't have her phone number, I'm gonna give it to you. Because some of you don't have it. It is 336-269-1015. Feel free to take a picture of the slide, whatever it may be, and tell her congratulations. 336-269-1015. We're gonna like blow up her phone. It's what we do. We celebrate our people. Thanks for playing along. And this will teach you to never miss a team meeting.
She's probably got.
She's probably out there closing another house. Another October. September 2024 cappers. There were 2 of you. I don't know that we have the hats down here. Rivers, did we bring hats down? So see Rivers after the team meeting to get your hat. Lisa Isley and Dimitri Sawyers. They're not even in the room, so we're all good. That cowboy hat, that hat. It does. All right. Top agents for September. So this is total closed volume in the month of September. These are individual agents. Lauren Olinsky closed 1.6 million. I think this is her 4th or 5th month in a row of closing $1 million or more. Like tearing it up. Cindy Dudley, slightly over 2 million last month. Congrats. And top agent in the month of September, Christy May, 2.67 million in the month of September. Top teams, Ward Real Estate. I don't know. Josh did these, so 357. Congrats, Karen Ward. Valerie Bouchelet, 1.3 million. And the Rachel Z team at 1.96 million. She just added a team member, so this is her last month as a team. She'll be a group next month. And so Randy Kozlowski joined her team. All right, top groups. Sandy Sparks. 2.25 million. This is, I think you're adjusting for the month of October. So yeah, that's right. Melissa White team, 1.6 million. And the Judy Weinstock team with 3.67 million in the month of September. So nice work, teams and groups. Before I go forward, there's one other award that there's not a slide for because nobody knew this award existed before this morning. And this is the new award. Now this is going to stay in the office. And a photo will go with it. And this is the Next Mile Award or the Extra Mile Award, depending on what award you want to choose. I change it every couple moments. It's the Extra Mile Award. And this is to recognize an agent that just goes above and beyond, right? It's more than real estate, right? We all do this for more than real estate. And so there's a person that since I got here has just stood out to me. And they've risen to new heights. They've done new things. They've taken on challenges, and they've constantly said, Andrew, how can I help? What can I do? I'm specifically saying not too many words because I'll give it away. And the Extra Mile Award for the first time goes to Rivers Watts. I've kept this a secret for 2 months until I found the shoe in the case. And because I don't know about you all, but does Rivers not go above and beyond? Can we retire it now? So every month, the person that receives the award will pick the next person. And so So,
Made a lot of friends and lost a
Yeah.
lot.
so this will be displayed in the office and their photo will go next to it every month, kind of like an associate of the month. For going above and beyond, right? Being the culture keeper, being the person that, is just an example of excellence in everything they do. So, yeah.
Don't go find me in my office. I'm gonna be crying all day.
So
Wonder where the other one is. The other one.
your little shoe is coming. So I have, it's still in the store. I stole that one. I am not the extra mile award recipient. Your little shoe is coming. So we ordered little Chuck Taylors. So that's what you get to keep is a little Chuck Taylor keychain for being an extra mile. So the first ever extra mile award. Thank you, Rivers. Thank you. Market snapshot. We're not gonna watch this because it's lengthy. About 30 minutes, I think, 30 to 45 minutes. Market snapshot. These are available every month. And these are done by corporate. So this is a national outlook on kind of what's happening in the market. Now, does national always mean local? Yet, can we learn insights from what's going on nationally? Because is it eventually going to make it to us? Yes. It's the beauty of being like small town Burlington is it takes a little while. Yeah, it catches up to us, right? So we can kind of always see where we're headed. Typically, if we follow the market snapshot.
Someone who's pricing like a
Well, so Pete, we could, that's true. So here's the thing. And when I say little town, we're actually, as you said, Pete, we make a big impact, right? And we spread into 2 larger cities. And we have a lot of opportunity. So by no means do I want to minimize who we are. And yet comparatively to bigger cities in the nation, right? How many members are there of the BayCar board? Like right around 400, right? So when we look at that compared to the board I came from in Columbia, South Carolina, which also could be considered a little town in many ways, was 5,000, right? You go to Charlotte and you're looking at 20,000. You go to Raleigh, you're looking at over 14,000. So we make a pretty big splash to be as small yet mighty as we are. So it's a blessing and a curse. I shouldn't say curse. It's a blessing because it rolls downhill, right? Eventually we see the market catch up to us. We can kind of see and predict what's coming because we're not the big town. We're not Raleigh. We're not Charlotte. We're not Atlanta, right? They're going to see those things happen before we are. Don't forget, thrive.kw.com is out there. Buyer and seller agent tools to thrive. Tons of videos from top agents. If you're still struggling with how to explain the new terms of what's changed in the NAR settlement, there's some great resources on there to help you with that. Thrive.kw.com. How many of you are joining us in Vegas in February? No hands yet. Okay. Family Reunion Vegas is coming quickly, February 17th to 21st. One of my favorite events of the year. So I would challenge you to join us on that journey. I think it's going to be a really good year. And as Gary said at Family Reunion earlier this year, we're in winter. We talked about this in book club last week. We are in winter of a market. Are you all starting to feel it? Is the market starting to feel like it's slowing down a little bit? And I'm not saying your business, I'm saying the market, right? Your business might be up. If your business is up, that's a good thing. That means you're taking market share in a downward spiral. Now, I don't want to be a downer today. And yet, one of the most important things we need to consider, this is not a sales pitch for Family Reunion. This is a sales pitch for training and coaching. Who's coaching you? Who's training you right now? Who are you listening to? What voices do you have in your ear? Because the market share we gain in a shift, you never lose. And the market share you lose in a shift, you never regain. Right? So my challenge to you is, who are you listening to? Who's in your ear? Who's helping you grow? Who's helping you make sure that you're taking your unfair share as we do shift? So keep that in mind. Business Planning Clinic, there is some national stuff going on. There's recordings of a national business planning clinic. As soon as we get a date finalized, we've got like 5 different instructors we're talking to nationally to get here in person for you all for business planning clinics. So as soon as we have a date, you will know. We're hopeful that Molly D'Amatos is going to come be your business planning clinic instructor. Well, I'm doing my best to pull some strings. There are some command updates, opportunities update in the way that works, some smart due dates there. If you have questions around that, there's a lot more capability than there used to be there. So check in with Daniel, jump on a training. There's some videos as well to help you be smarter with your business, because it can now track due dates and remind you to send certain things in a smart manner that it couldn't do before. All right. Most of you just got out of Bold. And I'm telling you now so that you can prep for Bold. New Bold comes in April, and it is all new. I gave some sneak peeks of it last week in a mastermind I was in. I'll continue to drop little nuggets along the way. And yet it is all new, and it is pretty amazing, and it's engaging with social media. So if you want to take your social media to the next level, consider being in Bold in April. It's not all social media yet. If we don't engage with social media, where's our business going to be in 5 years? Let's look at it this way. 8 billion people live in the world. How many people do you think have a social media account? 5.17 billion people have a social media account. So if you're not active on social media, free opportunity to grow your business. This is a way to make it simple and attainable. We teach the Ken Pozek social media model. How many of you know who Ken Pozek is? A few of you. If you don't know who he is, go watch some of his videos. Ken Pozek was a Detroit, Michigan real estate agent, very successful business. And 6 years ago, he moved his entire business to Orlando, Florida. They moved there because his family loved Disney World. They also wanted a warmer place to live. And their season pass holders, they go every week to Disney World, at least for half a day. They'll go for dinner, ride a ride. It's what they do. And when they moved there, they knew no one. He will close, I think it's 9 million in GCI this year. 6 year in the business in Orlando, starting over. He did it all using social media. 9 million in GCI, 9 million in commission, not volume, in commission. 6 years. He did it all using social media, primarily video content. And if you go watch his old stuff, so you might look at something now and go, I couldn't do this. Go watch some of his early videos and you'll be like, I can do this. Embrace the suck. Yes. We do hard things, right? It was him filming himself with his phone, right? And then it turned into his phone with a gimbal. And then it turned into, he had a team member that filmed him. And then it turned into hiring a freelance person. And now he has a full video crew on his team. But it took him 4 or 5 years to get to that point. So you look at him now, don't get scared yet. Look at where you could be in 6 years. And he did leave KW. He went to Reel and came back. So those of you that thinking in the back of your head, you're going to leave me, think again. I'll win you back. It is Special Abilities Month. So KW Inclusion and Belonging is highlighting KW Special Abilities. They have a panel on October 22nd at 1 p.m. Central. Let's watch this K-Score video.
Well, we're about to fall into another changing season, the actual start of the end of the year, and for many of us, the foundation of our 2025. Yep, it's goal-setting season. We have business plans and visions and dreams. With 2024 coming to a close and just a few months away from being in the rearview mirror, many of us begin the process of planning for next year. So how are you planning? What steps are you taking? In K-Score, we teach our upcoming agents in their KW Prep Career Coaching Scholarship to plan ahead for their success. Do you have a growth plan started for 2025? What about a business plan? How about a GPS and the workings for your new 411? Don't let these moments pass you by. Sometimes in the hustle and bustle of our current efforts and successes, we forget to plan for our future ones. Take some time today to time block for your future success. The good news is you have plenty of time now to create a vision for what's next. As we learn in Bold though, success is simple, not easy. So take the simple step today of time blocking for your 2025 planning. Your business grows to the extent that you do.
You do.
Oh, and don't forget to set a goal for how many K-Score scholarships you'll personally award next year too. The opportunity you communicate to others should be purposeful too. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to award 2, 3, or even more K-Score scholarships per month next year. Like everything you've successfully grown in your career so far, it won't happen accidentally.
How many of you started business planning for 2025? Few of you. Oh, Cindy's done. Putting me to shame. Where does business planning start? Where does business planning start? Knowing where you want to go. How many of you know where you want to be in 5 years? Right? There's a list of rhetorical questions, and yet where do you want to be dictates where you need to go next year. We just heard a story about Ken Pozek, right? And in 6 years, do you think he's where he wanted to be? He probably exceeded his 5-year goal, if I'm being honest. And yet, is he where he wants to be forever? No, he's got a new 5-year goal, right? The 5-year goal changes every year because we have to add a year, right? Where are we going? And yet Gary says we can be anywhere we want to be in 5 years. Do you believe that to be true? If you don't, let's have a conversation. I said 5.5 years ago, I wanted to be a Bold coach. Almost 5 years to the day, I became a Bold coach. Ken Pozek wanted to be a millionaire real estate agent. In less than 5 years, he achieved that, right? You can be anywhere you want to be in 5 years. What's motivating you to do it? What's your big why? What gets you out of bed? What makes you show up to things like home tour? What makes you show up to team meetings? What makes you want to go sell another house? And then, is it challenging enough? Did you set the bar too low because it's what you've always done? Some of you might be happy or content with where you're at. Oh, I did 2 million, or I did 8 million, or whatever it is in sales volume in 2024, and I'll be happy if I do the same thing again. Is that a life worth living? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? If you haven't started thinking about those things, now's the time. You realize as we walk through life every year, we get an annual reset. Now, if we dive into the 411 model, what's it stand for? 4 weeks, 1 month, 1 year. Right? So we start with our year goal and we work our way backwards. I know if you're in coaching, you have a 411. And as we think about that goal, right, at minimum, we have an annual reset. Because in January, everybody sets what? New Year's resolutions, right? Some people have like, I'm against New Year's resolutions, right? Whatever position you land on that, what happens to most people that set New Year's resolutions? Within 3 weeks, they what? They stop. Yet the 411 is meant to have a reset every week. Some of you choose every day to start over because you missed the goal the day before. And it allows us to check in every week. Cody Gibson, who knows who Cody Gibson is? Big agent, owns 6 market centers, started when he was living in a boat that he was renting from his mother that was parked in the driveway in Anchorage, Alaska. And when he got into real estate, literally went door knocking for leads. He now owns 6 market centers and is the vice president of MAPS Coaching. He gets Gary Keller's ear regularly. And as he was coming up the ranks and he was in Gary's top mastermind, he went and sat down with Gary. And Gary said, what do you want to achieve? Or where's your 411? And he said, what are you talking about? I made plenty of money last year. And he said, okay, write down your number. What's your number? Write it down. Put it on this Post-it note. I don't need to see it. Just write it down. And Gary goes, I'm going to play with you. I'm going to write the number down too. I'm going to write down my number. And he slid the paper across to Gary, who he calls sir. And Gary didn't even look at his number. Gary showed him his number. And Cody went, oh, okay. He said, so do you want to do a 411? I believe in things being simple. Do you think Gary's models and systems are simple? Yes. Do we make things complicated? Yes. We overcomplicate everything, right? It's breaking it down into small chunks. So it starts with the big goal. Then we get small with it. So if you're not thinking there yet, start thinking there. Where do you want to be? Some of you might want to be retired in 5 years. I would love to be retired in 5 years. What do you have to do now to get there, right? Some of you don't want to retire in 5 years. I heard Margaret say, not me. And now, I mean, everybody has a different definition of what retirement looks like too, right? For some people, retirement is I get to do what I want, when I want, how I want, with who I want. And that might mean still working to other people, yet it's not work to you. Things to think about. Here's some KW awards that you could use in marketing. This is 2024. Most innovative franchises, most profitable franchises, top franchise culture, and top franchises for women. TCPA compliance. We have to say this at every meeting. I'm sorry, y'all. Make sure that you're checking the do not call list and you're not sending pre-recorded messages using an auto dialer or any type of artificial voice. Also, make sure you're abiding by CAN spam laws. If you have questions about what any of those are, see Jason when he's back in town next week. Carrie.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Hell, do these freaking governmental people get away with this shit?
So, I love you all. One, so Harry got everybody riled up with that one. I have two responses to that. One, go check the do not call list and make sure your registration on it hasn't expired, because it does expire. Two, be mindful of everything you sign and agree to. So I don't know how many of y'all know this. I didn't know this till the other day. I was working with a lender, and they sent me an opt-out for telemarketing, because the lender on the front end might not, but the mortgage servicer that buys it or the title company could be selling your contact information
It's the credit bureaus.
it's credit bureaus. Thank you, Kyle.
That's when you get.
So
5 calls.
So every time you agree to have your credit pulled, you could be agreeing to release your information. So double check. Don't check the boxes. Make sure you read what you're agreeing to, because people go buy that information, including political people. I think,
And I can add to that,
Karen.
they're exempt. Political,
Of course they are.
they're exempt, of course they are.
Of course.
you know, we're not going to go there today. And book club it is. So how many of you believe we're in a shifting market? Yeah, we are, right? The market's always shifting, and yet it's shifting more than it has been. We're doing Shift as a book club Thursdays from 4 to 5. Come take part. It was a great conversation last week. We haven't even read anything yet. So we're reading through page 36 for this week. If you don't have a Shift book, see River, she'll get you one. KW office and treat. Join us Friday, October 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30 for office trick or treating. Bring family, friends, and clients.
Also donate candy.
and donate candy to that. Also a pumpkin bash and graham, October 25th from 6 to 8.
23rd is not a
Friday.
Friday.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
the 23rd.
Huh?
What? It's supposed to say Wednesday, October
Wednesday.
23rd.
Oh, there you go.
To change that.
The other one is Friday, October 25th.
There we go. I'm gonna take that shoe back, Rivers. I'm just kidding. It's running off the screen. Wednesday, November 6th. Headshots. Don't be this guy at nope.com. This is at the True Homes model in Mebane. 10 to 2. You can RCP. This will also be in the weekly newsletter. Keller Williams holiday party, September, my goodness. December, Friday, December 13th at the Grand Mill. Save the date. More details to come.
Yes.
2023.
Last year.
I didn't design these slides, y'all. I didn't even look at them. And I'm not blaming Daniel either.
Jason's not here to do it. The one time y'all read. Right?
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, I love it. Dialogues for Dollars, Tuesdays and Thursdays, back on Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 via Zoom. You're missing out if you're not there. Weekly tech workshop Wednesdays at 1 here in the markets, in the training center. And we're gonna jump to department updates. Josh, did you have anything? No? All right, Karen, you're up.
Roll Tide.
She beat the Gamecocks this week. That was not okay.
Barely.
Barely.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. Just wanted to test how close I needed to hold it, so not very close. Couple of things, celebrations. Shay had her first closing. She's at it right now. Yes, she's there now. So yeah, yeah, let's not call her. We can all text her and say congratulations. Yes, yeah. So congratulations to her. I think we did some recognition in for September, just to kind of run back. Tara, Kim, Zach, Sabrina, Jamie. Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. So congratulations to those folks. Daniel, were you able to get that video?
I'm sure you've heard over and over again the importance of building a powerful database. And yet, have you asked yourself this question? Well, how do I make it more powerful? Well, the answer is simple. You pour value on the people inside of it so that you're consistently nurturing the relationships with them. It's simple, and yet it's not always easy. You see, sometimes we feel like when we reach out to folks that we're taking from them, or we're always asking for something. So it doesn't feel so good. Well, would you like to know simple and yet amazing ways to pour value on the folks in your database so that they love hearing from you, you love reaching out to them, and you absolutely unlock the massive opportunities that exist in those database relationships? Well, be sure to sign up for Never Ending Referrals. We have helped hundreds and hundreds of agents bring massive value to the relationships in their database, and in turn, cultivate the business that exists inside of it. See you there.
So we felt like this was an excellent time to launch this program. Coming out of Bold, we've got momentum. We built our databases, right? Because we did our phone calls, we did our Bold 100s, all of those sorts of things. So this is a program that typically as an agent would cost you, I think it's $5.99. The Market Center is offering it at no cost to you. So the Market Center is taking care of this. This is typically, how much is it?
39, we're looking at that right now. 39.
$40 a month.
$40 a month. Yeah.
You did it.
Yes. Yeah. If you did it. And I think doing the math, So we have brought it into the Market Center, and we are going to launch it on either October 30th or October 31st. We'll let you know for sure once we get those dates nailed down. And it's open to everyone, anyone and everyone in the Market Center. And it's different topics each week. So if you want more information about that, let me know. Happy to share more info on that. I think I've mentioned the mentor program that we have launched as well. Again, if you are interested in being a mentor or a mentee, get with me, let me know. Also, if you know anybody, because I'm sure you don't, that's struggling out there in the business, that is with maybe another company that doesn't provide the education, training, and support that we do, and they've said, hey, I really would like a mentor. What a fantastic way for you to say, oh, you know what? We have a mentor program. Here, call Karen Ward. She'll give you more information on it. And they come over, and guess what you get? Profit share. So just keep that in mind when you, or if you have a transaction, like Sandy said, if you have a transaction with someone and you recognize that they need help, then have a conversation with them. I'm having a conversation with an agent that wrote an offer on one of my properties and clearly has not been trained. And so I asked if I could have a conversation with him, and we're having a conversation this afternoon. Was I supposed to talk about anything else? Okay, other than, oh, I will be the broker in charge for just a minute, even though I'm not the broker in charge. Just a reminder, don't, and I guess this is not a broker in charge mandate. This is I highly suggest and recommend, don't get in the middle of wires. Stay out of the middle of wires. If your client is wiring funds, or they want funds wired, their proceeds wired to their account, put them in touch with the closing attorney, and you stay out of it completely. Like, don't even try to facilitate it. Just be like, nope, for your protection, I do not want any of your bank information. Here's the attorney's contact information. Call them, get their wire instructions, or send your wire instructions directly to them. And I know, as you know, we have servant hearts and we want to do everything that we can for our clients. This is not one of those things.
Thanks, Karen.
That's all I got.
Yeah, we had a 5-figure wire happen in the last 2 weeks that was a scam. Not the brokerage, but one of the clients of the brokerage. So
Until you understand the way the liability works on that, which I didn't know this either, it's all dependent upon whose email was hacked, right? So a wire was sent out by Agent X to this random, fake person. Let's say Jim's the attorney, I'm the agent, and Andrew is the buyer. Whoever's email that originated from is the person that's liable for that amount of money. So just be careful.
Yep.
And this wasn't something that anybody necessarily did wrong. It was just it was
someone got hacked. Yep.
And they sent a wire. If you look at the email address was not the agent's email address. It was a scam.
Yep.
So just always make sure. I've had it happen once where a client called me and said, I got a wiring instruction. I said, please call the attorney, make sure that's from the attorney.
Yep.
It wasn't. But thankfully that didn't, but this money got sent. So just be careful.
Yep.
Did they lose the money, or did they get it back?
We don't know.
It's still in the middle of being resolved.
FBI's involved.
So,
Yes.
So years ago, the very first one was Carla Smith in our office.
Yeah, it was.
And it was
Yeah,
$80,000.
yeah, it was.
It was
Oof.
wired from the attorney, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
attorney's
I remember that.
paralegal's email address was hacked
Yeah.
Yeah.
or something. It was something really,
Yep.
but it's crazy. Like, this has been going on for.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
coming
And this
back.
is why we as a brokerage don't receive wires for commissions.
Yeah.
So we want you to get you all paid as fast as possible and not have to go chase the money and have the FBI help us do it. So, yes, ACH is totally different than a wire. One other thing from a broker perspective that's coming your way is we have a single showing form coming. So it's already been approved through NCREC. We will get that to you ASAP. Our goal is by the end of the week. Karen, I was about to explain more, and then Karen's like, shut up, Andrew, shut up.
So, as we all know, currently you have to have a buyer agency agreement in order to open a door for a buyer and cross a threshold, whether that be exclusive or non-exclusive. So, when the NAR settlement first came down, Zillow came out with a showing only form. And it was not approved. And so we created one. So actually you're going to have an option, which is great. Because that's just what we want is more forms, right? So Keller Williams being proactive, Keller Williams Central being proactive, wanted to take the legal part of that, remove the illegal part, get it approved by NCAR, by the Real Estate Commission. And we have that form in the attorney's hands. We're just trying to get it out of his hands into our hands so that we can publish that. NCAR is coming out with a form as well. This is the first time that NCAR has updated forms more often than on an annual basis. So with these changes, they're looking at quarterly. They may release new forms or change forms based on how the direction of all of this and the practical way that we as agents can still do business and it makes sense. So essentially, it's a showing only form. So you don't have to have a buyer agency. So if you are, let's say you're agent on duty and someone calls and you have a conversation with them, and you are able to go and show them the house without having to stand outside and have a 30-minute conversation, reviewing the buyer agency agreement, having them sign it on the hood of the car, you know, those sorts of things. You can open the door for them. Of course, you know, you've explained working with real estate agents, you know, that sort of thing. The other thing is that, so let's say that Sandy's working with a buyer and her buyer lives out of town, but her mother lives here and her mother wants to look at the house on behalf of the daughter that's going to buy. Sandy wouldn't have to get, without this form, Sandy would have to get a buyer agency agreement with the mother who is not the buyer. And so that also overcomes that obstacle as well. So she would just sign the form that, hey, I'm just showing it to you. I don't represent you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just showing you the property. Just like we've always done business, except now we got to sign a piece of paper that, you know, that says so.
So
Yeah,
99% of the time, the goal would be to still sign a buyer agency, right? This is your specific use case. I'm talking to those of you that I don't know if you're even in this room that are like, ooh, I'll just use this instead. No. Right? This is that one-off, like I got a random lead that I don't even know that I want to work with them. I don't want to spend the time. They just want to see this one house. This protects you in showing that one house, right? Random use case, yet we have found multiple opportunities for it.
Is there anything in this new form that says if I show you this house and you buy it, I will represent you?
No, that's when you have to have that conversation of buyer agency from there. So, you know, it's kind of like speed dating.
Yeah.
So I don't really know that I want to get in a relationship with you. but I'm willing to go and sit across the table from you or, you know, have drinks with you, then we'll talk about, are we gonna continue this relationship?
Yeah.
Do we have to drink?
No, we don't have to. I mean, I'm a mocktail fan, y'all, so. All right. Any other questions on that, Beth?
Got that, and I, bucket fuel that I forgot about.
Okay.
Almost, and it is for Pete Glidewell, my business partner and my husband, and 26 years ago today, we were married.
Congratulations.
Like, oh crap. I
And you're
forgot.
spending it with us. That's special, Margaret. We can try, yeah.
I need to data integrity from the time.
Oh, yeah.
92.
You just might as well stand up here, Karen.
Yes. So, and I got a ton of them as well. I don't know that you really need to do anything. They're not going to fine you. So they're changing the status of things. So, in other words, what we used to call withdrawn, Dorify does not have a withdrawn. So theirs is called cancel. So anything that was previously withdrawn in the other system is gonna pop up and say, you need to change the status to cancel. My whole thing, my personal opinion on it is, you're the one that made the change, your tech people can do it. So that's kind of my stance on it. I got them and I just archived all of them.
Because 92 times 100 is what? They charge, whenever you don't do what they want you to do. And,
Or times a thousand.
I frankly thought that this change with triangle or joining triangle was supposed to be, what they call seamless. It's been the biggest stroke I've ever.
Well, we all
Yeah.
know how that
Yeah.
worked out.
Very time consuming, and I don't even know what words to use on an ad.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. I had an agent in Columbia get one kicked back yesterday, different MLS, because they had the buyer, or no, it wasn't the buyer, it was the second bedroom offers, blah, blah, blah. Like it was talking about an amenity in the home, and because they had the word offer, it kicked it back. So, just saying, right? Welcome to new real estate, and we've talked about this before. It's the opportunity for those of us that have been in the business prior to August 17th. We have to adapt because everybody coming into the business now doesn't know anything we dealt with. Right? So if we don't adapt and grow in 3 years, where are we going to be? Right?
Have they sent out a list of words?
Not that I'm aware of, Beth, no, but any word that could allude to compensation of any time, any type,
Definitely.
are the words to avoid. Because they're using AI to check it. They're not manually looking at every one. It's an AI software that's going in and going, oh, I see a word, kicked back. It's kicking it back before you can even publish it. In Colombia. I don't know if it's doing that here, but same here. So it took them hours to figure out that it was the word offer that was causing it to be. All right, we good? All right, Robbie.
All right. I'm not gonna take Christy May is here. How many texts did you get? 5, 10, 20 text messages? I didn't tell him any, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Nothing. Yeah, it might have been over there in the corner. So, well, I want to spend just a minute with you guys. We have an opportunity called Fellow. So, has anybody heard of Fellow? Anybody know what Fellow is? Okay. Fellow is an opportunity for each of you. How many of you need more leads? If you don't raise your hand, you have enough leads? Everybody's got enough leads? Y'all need more leads. Okay. How many of you are looking for a lead opportunity that doesn't cost a bunch of money? Right? You pay Zillow how much money for who knows what you get, or homes.com. Well, Fellow is an opportunity for you to put money where it will actually work your database. It will act, and we're going to show a video here in a minute, but Sarah Reynolds, Jeff Glover, we beta tested this over the last few months. And basically what it does is it lead generates within your database for you, right? And it's about home valuation. It's about seller leads, right? How many of you would rather have a seller than a buyer? Most of us would, right? Sellers take less time, take less effort, right? Make more money. So Fellow is an opportunity for y'all to participate. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to offer this to you guys. The Market Center is already participating in this. We want to give you opportunity to get leads at a cost that's very, very minimal. So if you're a MAPS coaching client, which there's a couple of us that are MAPS coaching clients, Cindy, Jim, you'll get 500 free contacts. So what'll happen is and the way we're going to roll this out, and we'll show you a video in a minute that explains a little bit more about it. And if you're in coaching program, how many of you guys are in coaching with Karen? You're going to get 250 free contacts, right? And all you got to do if you're interested is just email Josh, tell him you're interested. We're going to start rolling this out. Fellow will take care of everything with your onboarding. What they do basically is you're going to have, it's a CRM in some ways, right? It's not command, right? It's not command. It's not like command. It's not that at all. What it's going to do is it's going to generate leads within your database. So you put these contacts into Fellow, it's going to start working them, right? It's going to send them emails. It's going to communicate with them. And you're going to get leads within there that aren't even in your database. People that are looking, they want to know how much their house is worth, right? Then you call them, you reach out to them, and it's going to do it by propensity. Propensity meaning who's most likely to do business in the next, 2, 3, 4 months. So you're not wasting your time. How many of us just call through, and the DTD2 is great, right? But how many of those people are really motivated? How many of those people are really willing to buy, sell, or invest in the next 3 to 6 months? Well, what Fellow's going to do is it's going to gold mine into your database. It's going to dig into your database. It's going to tell you the people you need to be talking to, and you need to be in communication with. So we beta tested this over the last 2 months. One of the agents that we went with just got a listing that's on the market now from Fellow within a month, right? So it works. It's a matter of getting your database in there and let it work your database, right? It's a hands-off approach where you don't have to get in there and do stuff. And it's a minute. So what we're going to do is that's how that'll work. If you want 500 contacts, it'll be $50 a month. Minimal, right? The Market Center is fronting the cost. Again, this is an opportunity. We want you guys to have buy-in, because we don't want to just give you something. But at the same point in time, we want to do it for you at a very minimal cost. And then it'll be $10 a month for every 100 above and beyond that, right? So if you have 1,000 in there, you're going to pay $100 a month. And the way we're going to do that is just going to be added onto your agent bill. So when you get your agent bill at the end of the month, it's going to say Fellow and how much it's cost. Josh will have an admin account, so he'll know how many you have. We'll get more information out to you. I want to show you a couple videos real quick that talk more about Fellow. Jordan is our person with Fellow that will help us with all the onboarding. So she'll get on a call with you guys and explain what to do, how it works. But it's real simple. You'll get an email. It'll say you've got this lead, or it'll text you just like it would on Zillow, right? But what this is doing is this is working your database. So Sandy's contacts are Sandy's contacts, right? Zillow's taking the lead that Sandy's buying, and they're giving it to Jamie, and they're giving it to Marcy, and they're giving it to Mike, and they're giving it to Roger, right? What this does is this is Sandy's contact. This is only Sandy's contact. This is only using Sandy's database. Sandy's contact's not going to anybody else but Sandy. So if that person is interested and wants to know how much their house is worth, or they're interested in a cash offer, or whatever opportunity is there, Sandy's going to get that lead. Sandy's going to call that lead. And these are people that she's worked with in the past. But I know that one agent in our database, she wouldn't have got that lead if it wasn't for Fellow, because she wasn't in communication with that person. She didn't even have that person's phone number. They were in her database. She didn't have their contact information. So when that agent reached out and wanted to sell their house, it gave all the information. She called, set the appointment, got the listing, right? That's how Fellow works. And what it's doing is, again, it's working your people in a much better way than we can work our people, right? And it's just an easy lever for you guys to pull for a minimal cost. So, and I would say give it time. It's not going to happen in 5 days, right? Give it a little bit of time, but for a minimal cost. Again, we went through all of this at Mega Camp. Me and Andrew sat down with them and spent a couple hours with them showing us what they do. They were the Inman Innovator of the Year for last year. They're a Keller Williams company, and I believe strongly in it, and I provide it to you guys because, again, we want to give you value, right? We want you to see the value and want to help you grow your business, and this is a great opportunity for you to do that. So let's show these 2 videos real quick, and we'll just talk a little bit more about Fellow.
We've been with Fellow now, I think we're at 4 to 5 months, and I just looked. I have all the data for our DC Metro team. We've already closed 21 families, and we have 7 under contract in 4 months. And that's from loving on our database. But Fellow is an avenue to provide value that they're looking for, which is about them, which is about their house. And so I believe in, maybe not use the word plugging, but meaning I believe in influencing those to have a bigger impact. And Fellow is an avenue for all of you to have a bigger impact.
That's Sarah Reynolds. If you don't know, she's about number 13 in the country for teams. She's, I think, number 1 or number 2 within Keller Williams. So again, these are not people that are doing 5 transactions. These are large teams. But again, you can see if somebody like that is buying into it, why are we not all buying into it? And this is the
The
CEO.
importance of marketing attribution has completely changed the way I look at business. To be able to delineate where every opportunity is coming from allows you to allocate or reinvest your marketing dollars or budget into the places that have the highest conversion. For example, you should be able to delineate the difference between a lead coming in through your social media channels, your website, or any other place that you're potentially pushing your personalized URLs or QR codes. This is going to really help you identify where the most amount of effort should be spent and get you the biggest return on investment.
You can look up more right on their website. Yeah.
The importance of marketing.
What's that? There's no commitment. Yeah, no commitment. So you do it as long as you want to. You don't want to do it anymore, you just let us know and we'll pull your contacts out, right? So we have a contract with Fellow for a year, the Market Center does, and we'll renew that as we go. You know, we've got so many contacts and we're just again, you don't have to do this, right? There's no strings attached. But I will say one thing, in my opinion, this is the best program for seller lead generation. I don't know of any other opportunity out there to generate leads for sellers within your database, within your people, that's going to mine your database for you and that it's your lead, right? I mean, you go pay and you're paying a fraction of cost. I mean, to me, if I pay $50, think about it, $50 a month, right? You pay that for a year, $600 a year. If you got one listing out of that, you got your money back, right? Yeah. I said no. Yeah, no.
Take a breath.
And again, we wanted to beta test this first. We wanted to make sure we got it right because there were lots of questions that we had on our end to make sure it made sense. And again, they will market this with your marketing information, right? So the emails that go out, the campaigns that are set up, you can do different things within Fellow. You'll have your own login, you'll have your own information. And we're going to start rolling this out. So tell your friends, tell other agents if they want to participate in this. And again, the Market Center is not making a dime off of this, right? All we're doing is covering our costs, but we're being able to provide it to you guys at a cheaper amount of money. Because the biggest thing is I strongly believe is that your business is your business. Your leads are your leads. We're not selling leads. The Market Center doesn't get any of these leads. These are your leads. We want to help you grow your business. So again, I've been looking for something like this because we really feel like we need to do more for you guys as agents. We need to provide more value to you and we need to help you do your business. And this is an easy way for you to just plug your people in. It'll start doing its work. It's going to take a little time and, give it a month or 2 for it to really start going, but you'll start seeing results and it'll show you how many people are clicking. It'll show you who's clicking. It'll show you their propensity. It'll show you where, their address. It'll give you the home value. It'll do all of that stuff for you and it'll self-brand emails and you can go on their website and check out more stuff. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out.
So when we think about millionaire real estate agent, how many times should we be touching people in our database every year? 36 plus, right? 40 to 80 times a year. Did you say a month, Christy, May? Oh, 100. Yeah. I mean, really though, at the best level, yeah, 100. Now that doesn't mean 100 emails. It doesn't mean 100 text messages. It doesn't mean 100 phone calls. Yet how many of us are even doing 20 at a high level? And I would guess that most of us aren't.
Yeah.
Right. And some of you might be, and that's great. Yet most of us aren't because we're not people that are built to build those systems. We're salespeople. We're not the ops people in the background that go build those things out. We're not the marketing people that go build those things out. They've already built them for you. And it's plug and play and it's values based. Now, I want to caution something Ravi said. He said customization. Because you're on a Market Center plan, the customization is limited in what you can do because you're getting a reduced rate. If you want to throw your logo on it and you want to go full branded to you, it's going to have your name on it. That's the customization you can do. It's your name, your contact, your email, your phone number. What you can't do is throw your brand mark on it. Okay. I just want to be clear.
Correct.
It's KW branded as a brokerage. Because you're getting the reduced rate, we can't brand it with your brand mark. You have to go pay full rate to them if you want your logo on it. I just want to make sure that that's clear. And has that changed? That has changed since we first rolled this out. Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to be clear, you are limited in the customization. The value's already built. It's a plug and play tool.
Yep.
That's largely going to run for you. What I would caution you to do is don't get in there and go play with it and like try to make it something different, because that's not the point. The point is plug and play, make it easy. I'm going to get off the fellow train now and wrap up. the
Questions?
day.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, what happens if you have agents within your office who so happens to have the same clientele in their?
And that could happen. That could happen.
That's a question we can find
Yeah.
out. So we don't know exactly what happens yet, but I'll find the answer to that.
And my assumption would be is they're going to get an email from you and they're going to get an email from that agent.
I
And
don't
then it's really
know
just a
that it'll
matter of,
allow a duplicate contact.
yeah, it
but
might not
we'll
allow,
find out.
we'll find out. I'm not sure. Good question. Any other
Alright.
questions about that? And if you're interested, just reach out to me or Josh and we can help you guys. It'll take a little while to get implemented because we have to do is have to send all of your contacts to Jordan. She'll get all that stuff implemented, but feel free to stop by and see us. Check out their website if you have more questions. And again, we just want to give you guys value. That's all this is. Another opportunity for you to get value and help you grow your business.
Yep. Okay. All right, y'all. That is a wrap. Make sure you reach out to Movement. We're fighting for the remote control. Reach out to Movement. They had to leave for meetings that I was unaware of. And so reach out to Kyle Malia. They're wonderful business partners of ours. And make sure you touch them. Jeff.
Said it's gonna be added to our agent bill. Question, are these like we're actually
Oh,
exchanging a dollar?
no, they're not. Can I borrow this? Great question. So no, this is not an equivalent dollar for dollar. So I think we talked about this last team meeting. Sorry, I hadn't mentioned it yet today. You'll start seeing Burlington Bucks surface at different events. You come to a team meeting, the value of the team meeting might change that month. It might be worth 500 Burlington Bucks. Different trainings, things you come to. Quarterly, we will be doing a vendor sponsored auction and some market center things too, KW swag, things like that. It'll be like a silent auction style, and you can use your Burlington Bucks to buy. So there'll be things like a free month of office bill, right? Like $100 towards your office bill. That would be, you could bid on that. You could bid on free fellow for so many months. Like there will be options to use it in that way, but it's not a direct dollar for dollar. Yeah, there's no direct conversion rate. It's monopoly money, if you will, right? Earn it, and yet we'll see what the exchange rate is at the time. We are getting things like $50 gift cards, $250 Southwest airline gift cards. Like there might or might not be a family reunion ticket in January's auction. So things like that. Come to stuff. Yes. The more you show up, the more Burlington Bucks you get. All right. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of October. Let us know if we can support you.
What email does Josh?
Oh, yes. Josh's email address is the KLRW832@KW. KLRW832@KW.com. The email Josh. People are emailing his